How do you guys report your problems in your video games? Do you go to Reddit? There are no devs on Reddit. There are no devs on Reddit. They're not speaking to you guys. None of them are actually interacting with you. And here's the thing. I think developers spend more time talking to other developers than actual players. I know Steve Jobs and other rich billionaires full of narcissism feel like that their way is the best way to hurdle the crowd of sheep. They think people are sheep. Are you a sheep? A lot of billionaires, millionaires even Twitch streamers, they think you guys are sheep. They think you can't critically think. Are they right? Be honest. So when you know how many Reddit posts that I have seen that go to no one, that are fully realized dissertations, fully realized theories, and they won't even post a video about it, that they won't even hop on the mic and really explain to people how they're feeling? Because I think there's a secret fear that no one will care. I think in a lot of people's minds, they're more important than they are. But that is actually constantly being fought against by the mere fact that they know that's not true. Because if people thought they were important, the majority of content on online internet would just be people's opinions. And it's not. It's stuff to exploit people for entertainment, for other favors, to exploit the weak-minded. And that's what I hate about the internet. It actually makes people and their insecurities even worse. Because you come on here for confirmation instead of spreading. Even the biggest people on all platforms, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, these people are constantly in a fight for validation. I am not. As you can see by my channel, I post stuff that I think people would want or need to hear. Want or need. Because need kind of implies that you're just going to tune off the video. My audience retention is pretty low. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it because I think people come on here for the validation of money as well. Money will validate me. Money would make me whole. Money would solve all my problems. Bro, there are better ways to make money than YouTube. Dude, do not hop on here and make a video on YouTube saying, guys, I tried to get 600 jobs and I post a bunch of YouTube videos and nothing works because, you know, they're just not hiring right now. Guys, my heart goes out to people like that. It really does. But we have people like Hulk Hogan lying for their bag. God rest his soul. But he was lying. What, the last 5 years? It's kind of a mixed feeling, isn't it? Hulk Hogan, if you've been following Hulk Hogan's career, he's been lying the past 5 years. But how does that balance out with the years of entertainment that he's given us? Plus, you see my skin complexion. Shouldn't I be mad at this guy? Nah, because that's just not how I operate. Let's celebrate Hulk Hogan. That's just celebrate what he gave to so many people's childhoods. Celebrate that he was a great wrestler, and to some in his life, I'm sure, a provider. And by virtue, if you provide, you are a great man. Everything else is feelings. If you provide, you are a great man. No matter how you do it, no one cares until you get caught, until you stop providing. People only care about the stuff you're doing for a living to provide when you stop providing. Like, wow. Isn't that funny? It's not. It's not a joke. But I do laugh at this type of stuff because it makes me wonder why certain things come to fruition. How does a man's ego trick him into doing things that are detriment to him? And that's why I'm sitting here in front of a camera, on a mic, not looking for fame, but looking for people who are like-minded with me, who want to succeed, who want to progress, wants to keep getting better. Yes, you may see I do a theory restart content now. You may see I do play games for content now. You may even see some of my NCAA 2K is a scam now. But I want to keep improving and progression. I should have called my channel The Improvement Guy. But I think Home Improvement's already taken. What a great show that was. But yeah, that's the essence of me. It's improvement. I want to be better. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I was fat. I was super fat, dude. I'm not fat no more. I'm getting leaner and leaner. I'm walking every day. And even though I can't walk outside all the time because I swear I catch every sickness under the sun sometimes. It's hard to explain that to people. Like, dude, I don't go outside because I don't want to get sick. I literally, every time I go outside, I feel awful when I get back inside. It sucks. But it doesn't suck as much as what other people have to go through. You know what I mean? And you see stuff on the internet and you go, why did that happen? If you're asking that on the internet, why certain things happened, I would implore you to get off the internet. You're not using it the right way. You should be laughing at these situations and analyzing them and helping however you can, because there's nothing really we can do. When a corporation wants to exploit young girls, when a corporation wants to exploit young girls, where do we even, like, I made a video. I'm like, no way. This is really going down the way everyone's saying it is. It sounds too cartoony. You're saying you're player's choice? You're VTuber first? And you're exploiting young girls? Saying mean things to them? I have little sisters. I wouldn't dream of crushing their dreams in a way that these disgusting excuses for men. tried to crush dreams. I am a big proponent of protecting a child's dream. You eliminate fantasy. Like Santa Claus and stuff like that, I would eliminate fantasy as soon as possible. But dreams, real ones, president, firefighter, doctor, lawyer, weird dancer on the street, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because dreams are meant to fuel us. And I see a lot of people, dreams are not being respected. And it, gosh darn it, annoys me. It annoys me how people have their dreams crushed, so they crush other people's dreams. That's basically what a VTuber org is, because a lot of these VTuber orgs execs want to be VTubers. They're just not little girls. They're not girls. I mean, some guys are VTubers, but let's be honest. It's like me becoming a ASMR channel. No one's watching that, dude. I'm a guy. First of all, I'm a guy. Second of all, I'm not a beautiful guy. I'm not Asian. See, I'm not, I'm not in vogue. I'm even wearing these. I'm not even reading nothing. I'm not in vogue. I'm not on the cover of GQ. I'm a regular man who likes video games. I talk about the rise and fall of game studios. I talk about a theory of restart, doing reviews. I'm talking about how gacha games are a job. I am talking about social commentary because I find it extremely interesting. I realize I have never made a video on this channel actually explaining why I made this channel in the first place. So I'm going to bury it here in this video so nobody would ever watch it, because I don't think it's a super important thing on YouTube. But it's important to me to put on camera, to document it. I started it because I know there's a space in this inauthentic world of the internet where people are trying to present things in a certain way for a certain type of realism. And I am very minimalist. I'm very realistic. I want what I want, and it's very small. And people try to inject in me to want more. But what I want isn't tangible. It isn't something that can be gained with money. It's fulfillment. And that's what GabeCoy is all about. Fulfillment. I am an agent of passion. I want everyone to be pursuing their passions and not be happy, because I don't think when you're constantly in flux when you're pursuing something you love. What I want is people to enjoy themselves pursuing something real for them. And I don't think gacha games, unless you're a creator or you're doing it in like 10-20 minute spans, it's just not a good way to go. It's not a healthy way to go if your mind state is in a place of my dreams are crushed. Ooh, you saw I looped it back around to games? I do that a lot. Like, when I learned about retention editing, when I learned about all these things, my friend asked, Gabe, don't you know how to put the video on the screen while you're talking? Yes, I do, actually. I know how to put pictures up on the screen while I'm talking and stuff. Yeah, I know how to do all that. I just don't, because I'm minimalistic. I'm lazy, as people would say. I rather put my energy into other things. Maybe I'll get an editor one day. Hey, any editor out there, I will pay you some sort of money to edit my videos. Thank you. And to everyone else who's watching. Yeah, and my ultimate goal is to live stream. I like streaming. I like talking to people. I like reviewing chat. I used to stream on Twitch for Smite. And Smite was an interesting game because Smite was my passion for a long time. I was an Apollo mate, but I was like the off culture of Smite. I wasn't a PC player. So if anybody who's been the off culture for games, a lot of the content that is designed for that game isn't designed for you. It's designed for people who are of the real actual culture. So like a lot of the guides, a lot of the stuff that players would complain about wouldn't really hit me as a console player. But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the Pro League. I love that what they did with the game. I think it had a great run. I think a lot of people see stuff as failures if it doesn't go on forever, apparently, in their tiny frozen bubbles. But I really enjoyed Smite. I think Smite 2 wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I had to look elsewhere. So yeah, I guess I'm just a Smite refugee. I know I never played League. I'm not a big League player. I don't know. My feng shui is kind of chill. And League strikes me as very high, intense, black company levels of intensity. So yeah, not my cup of tea per se. But yeah, man, Smite was a good game. Great creators, Wecken, Incon, even DM Brandon. He got into some trouble. And you know, I never got really any resolution on that. Don't you hate it when like your creators get into trouble and they just disappear off the internet? I used to watch the Final Fantasy streams with Rich on OTK. Where's Rich? Can he at least say if he did it or not? Like seriously, I just want to know. Like, don't you just like you don't really care if like he did it or not? You just want to know if he did or not. You know, that type of deal. But you know, I guess to hide back into the internet and be invisible again is one of the big advantages of just being one of many in this world. You know, I'm not trying to stalk these people. I just want to know what happened. You know, what made you stop? What made you quit? What made you stop your journey? Don't you hate it when your guild member just leaves for no reason and not tell you, dude, I just want a little, like, dude, I remember my friend told me a story about his friend named Brandon, and he didn't walk over, they were playing Smite together, they were in a party together, and one day they just got into an argument and never spoke to each other without a single exit message. One thing for sure, you will get an exit message from me if I never want to talk to you again. Yes, I will give you an exit message. I don't care if you're a narcissist. I don't care if you keep sending me 30, 50 messages. After that, I will give you a message saying, sir, it was great. I was here for a good time, not a long time, maybe a long time and a good time, but something in the air changed, something in your atmosphere, your ethernet, your ethernetic flow changed, and now we must move on from each other. That I am that type of person. I will give you some type of leeway in how our relationship ends. You know, I don't really subscribe to just ghosting people. I want to treat people well. It's when people, and y'all know the type, you treat people well, you put up very loose boundaries, and they can't even like do that well. I say, bro, call me from 12 to 2. Don't call me from 12 to 2. I get a call 12 to 2. I instantly want to delete that guy. Like, people don't understand, but I do. When my sister started saying maybe you should start knocking on the door, you know, it took me a while to adjust. So I do give people like a month to adjust. You think that's too long? I give them a month though. I give them a month. And in that month, if they still out here doing boundaryless behavior, I just drop them. And I have an exit message. Should I prepare exit messages? I don't know. That's so morbid to prepare exit messages for your friends, but they do this new thing where they like block you that they don't want to talk to you. I don't get that either. Like, unless someone keeps harassing you, blocking them after they send you one message seems like you just don't want to deal with the wrongdoings of what you did at all. You just, you know, people do this to me a lot. When I try to get to the bottom of things, they move the goalpost. They do every type of manipulative tactic you can think of to not talk to me in a human being sort of way. Dude, it's so weird. People act so weird when they're wrong. And they won't apologize. And you know, I think it goes back to when my dad's a real man. Like he's like, don't show no feelings, don't show no, you know, stuff. And I think that's just terrible behavior for improvement sometimes. Especially in like a house full of like women, where that's like their whole thing is emotions and overcoming them and doing great things in this world, you know. And men, they have emotions, but they just process them differently. You feel me? Like they don't process them the same way we do. You feel? Well, I said we do. You know, that's what happens when you're in a house full of women, bros. You sit here and you go like we do, like you're a woman too. Like, it's that empathetic side of me. Don't worry about it. But it's very interesting. I see how people interact with each other. I am a big proponent of not talking behind your friend's back. Whatever you say behind their back, you should say in front of them. I don't care if it hurts their feelings. I don't care if it strains your friendship. You know what would strain your friendship even more, especially when someone who's super feels like the world has betrayed them and dealt them the wrong hand. I know a lot of you fit this description. I think it's just a bad, terrible move to feed that nature by talking behind their back. So if I find you annoying, you will know. You will know. You will be the first to know. I promise you. If you can't control yourself, I know some of you can't control yourself, and that's fine. If you can't control yourself and talking behind people's back, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to say that to that person's face. I think that gives you license to talk to whoever about your opinion about them, because they know what you're doing over there. They don't have to guess. A lot of the paranoia people have is them guessing. But if you know I'm an op, at least you know what I'm over there looking at you for. And you know exactly what I'm looking at you for. I'm your op. I love that word. I hate that people made it up to like shoot young black kids. like they shoot other people that look like them, bro. And like, what a great word. It's like when people come up with these great words that I don't want to use them in the way people use, so I kind of just substitute them for my own meaning, and people just get so confused by it. Like, whoa, you're gonna go shoot those guys, man? I'm like, no. I'm just like, I just like the word op. The opposition, rival, enemy. Am I a villain? No, not in a cartoony sort of way, but I do believe like my views are, to some people, if you have strong views, you are a villain to some. That's just the virtue of having strong views. So if you're not a villain to anybody, you probably don't have any views. For real. I think once I say adversary, yeah, you're more adversary, and then you switch into villain once you do something like burn their houses down or something. Like, you know, once you actually do something to the people, like the KKK is a, there are opposition to black people. They are villains to black people because of the terrible things they did back in the day. Maybe still doing. I don't know. The news isn't going to report on that. I'm supposed to even know what's going on for real, but unless it happens to you, imagine you're just driving in your car. Yo, dude, I have this fear, bro. Like, I'm driving in my car and I just stop at a gas station or something and KKK just rolls up on me. Is this like a common black person fear? I don't know. I don't. It's like, dude, that would screw me up. For real. Yeah. But yeah, I hate when people talk behind other people's back, man. It's so freaking lame. People, why are men acting so lame in 2025? Why are we acting so lame? We can like say stuff to people's faces, bro. Your content sucks. I don't want to watch that. To me, but I'm like one person. Someone there's an audience for everybody out there, right? Like my friends hate my content. You know, just for real. Like what I think I showed one of my friends my play for content series on Honkai Star Run. He said he fell asleep. I'm like, wow, that's something, man. Falling asleep. I think it's just a part of growing on YouTube because YouTube doesn't even know my audience because I do like different things. It's cool. I mean, I just do different things. One day I might be talking about, you know, the rise and fall of game studios that I used to admire, and then one day I might be standing here talking to you about life that I go through. It's just a different side of me. That's why the channel isn't called Gaming Grumps or, you know, it's called Gabe. My name is Gabriel Coy. And that was just something I came up with when I was in PlayStation. You know, Coy, the real McCoy, Hatfields and McCoys, I'm always the rival. And I like that. I like being the rival. It feeds my nature, my rival nature. I like being in opposition to other people. It fuels me. What kind of sicko would say that? Yeah. It just makes you think, man. Oh, I should say this, man. Rest in peace. The Hulkster. I already said it earlier. We should definitely just celebrate what this man did for people around my dad's age and respect him for that. And not the other things he did. Because that stuff was whack. Shout out to everyone who stayed to the very end of the video. Thank you guys. I'm not going to hold you here any longer. This has been another episode of Let It Breathe. I don't know. The name's still work in progress. Here's a question. If you watched up to this point, I think you're invested as I am. So you can suggest a name for this in the comment section. I'm going to give you that special privilege. And I'm going to really think about it, okay? Anyway, you be easy. Have a great day. Let it breathe.